Jason Wydrow here, Online Strategy Podcast. Thanks for listening today. So there's a concept that I started working up some years ago, probably about 2014, when was really involved in a lot of investigative research in Google's algorithm and basically reverse engineering it, getting a full understanding of how it works, what it's doing. A lot of information out there, a lot of noise, a lot of data that I found that wasn't valuable at all, and a lot of data that was very valuable. Well, there's one thing that I came up with out of all that, and it relates directly to your business success online. And when I say success online, I mean you are achieving the goal you set out to do by having an online presence. For example, if your goal is to sell products, merchandise, and you build an online presence to do that, you are successfully doing that. If you are for example, a dentist or a veterinarian, and you wanted to create a better public relations image of yourself and generate new qualified prospects, clients, you have achieved that in the end. So that would be defined as a successful online presence. So there's an idea in Google, and the only word that I could come up with that made sense to me was the thought of real estate. And when we think about real estate, we think about a building or buildings or an area of town. Just imagine, let's consider that you own real estate. Let's say that in the city of Sherwood, Oregon, you own 5 homes. And so you could say that you own a small quantity of space. Well, let's think about that more in terms of a business. Let's say that McDonald's, for example, let's use them because they are a large real estate purchaser. McDonald's owns a lot of real estate throughout the United States and internationally. And we know this because we see them almost everywhere we go, and even sometimes in the smallest of towns, there's real estate owned by McDonald's. So the idea behind this is that visibility is extremely important in the physical world, as driving down the highway and seeing a McDonald's sign, etc., and on the digital world. So we can carry this idea of real estate over into the digital world and think of your online presence as how much real estate you have online. And what do I mean by that more specifically? Well, we have all of these different social media platforms, these areas where we call and consider them social media, where you post information, you post things, people discuss them, all kinds of whatever you want to, pictures, friends, family, birthdays, business, specials, etc., etc. These are social media profiles. They're basically big networking rooms that people can collaborate, talk, look, laugh, read, learn, etc. So all of those would be considered a piece of real estate. And having a website is also a large piece of real estate. But with a website, for example, you can have 10 pages, 5 pages, or 500 web pages. So consider having 500 web pages gives you a tremendous amount of real estate. Particularly, let's say that your topic was, we'll just use a common one, dentistry. So if you're a dentist and you have a 500-page website, and every one of those pages has unique or specialized content about your field, about the practice, about the history, really neat information, FAQs, etc., etc., and you just create a lot of content, you're going to have a lot of real estate. Now, sending all of that information to Google, giving Google all of that, making sure Google can access it, making sure Google can understand all of it, gives you a tremendous potential with real estate in Google for your website. Now, what does that mean for your business? Well, when you have a lot of real estate, we would consider that your visibility is going to be higher. And generally speaking, that's very true. For example, when somebody searches for, teeth cleaning, something very simple like that, for a dental service, if you have a lot of information about teeth cleaning on your website, in other words, a lot of real estate consumed on that subject, a lot of pages dedicated to that topic, there's a very high likely that you are going to appear when someone is searching for you. Now, there's a lot of variables that can come into play. Now, if there's 50 other dentists that are doing the exact same thing as you can run into competition in that. And again, it's just think about it in the physical world. Let's say that you're in a very busy district of town and there's all types of dental practices, and all of you are trying to put your signs over the top of each other. Put your signs at the busiest intersection in town, and next to each other, bigger signs, smaller signs, all over. In the end, it's just who gets the most visibility generally gets the most traffic at the start. I'm not going to bring into this discussion reviews and all the other things that could come into play and affect your presence online, because all those do have an effect in the way one perceives you, but that's a different area. So in terms of real estate, you've got to consider your online presence as real estate because it is extremely valuable to you. The more space you can take up with your area of expertise, your product, your service, whatever it is you're delivering, the more visible you are going to be. And so you have to really keep the fire on. If you want to build your value online, you want to build value long-term in your business, you've got to establish your online real estate. And it's very important that when you establish it, that it's in sync with one another, everything's connected properly, and you really want to just maximize it, because that's what successful businesses do online. Businesses that succeed through the internet are using all the tactical proven maneuvers that ensure a strong, solid, and sound online presence, and they do get results. Thank you for listening today. Hope this was helpful. Again, this was on the topic of online real estate, or Google real estate as I call it. I do hope it was helpful. Have a great day.